Fox Business Alert, legacy tech and industrial companies are leaping into the AI space, not only spending a lot of money there, but also making a lot of money doing it. So yesterday, the 113-year-old IBM CEO, not 113 years old, the company has told me, it's going to spend billions of dollars building a new data center in Poughkeepsie, New York. Further upstate, 174-year-old Corning just rocked earnings thanks to strong demand for the fiber optic materials it produces that AI data centers desperately need. This business is growing exponentially. Corning Chairman and CEO Wendell Weeks is here in a Fox Business exclusive to talk about it. I mean, is it fair to say that your fiber that is needed in these AI data centers is basically part of almost every data center build out that's happening in the United States right now?
I think almost every data center that's getting built out has to touch one of our products one way or the other.
So fiber and what else?
Well, it would be the fiber to connect those data centers together, as well as the fiber optics inside the data center. And you need both. Historically, inside a data center, for a cloud-based data center, they had fiber in them. But to do Gen AI, you create a new network, a new back-end network to connect all those GPUs together, creating the so-called neural network. All of those are connected with fiber, and it needs 10 times as much fiber on the first generation of those products. And with each new generation of GPUs, it grows by 4 times. So 10 times more fiber not only brings us more volume, but also we have to fit all that in the same space. So we have to innovate.
Okay, so let's talk about it, because we throw these terms out, broadband, fiber.
Yes.
You actually have brought an older version of the fiber and the newer version that's going right now into these AI data centers that is so much faster. But, well, let's show our audience. You can lift up the old one, which is the blue one, and then the new one is the green. And it looks like they're the same, I mean, maybe slightly smaller for the green, but
So for a cloud-based data center, the older style, there's 2 fibers in here, and you would need 12 of them to reach the 24 fibers that are in this connector that we use in Gen AI. So you see a tremendous reduction in the amount of space. And to do this, we invented a new fiber, a new cable, and a new ferrule, and put it together in unique ways. And this is the product that is driving our 100% plus growth in the first quarter.
Okay, is that one more expensive because it does more?
Per fiber, it costs less for our customers, but for us, it realizes a lot more revenue.
How so?
Well, for a customer, if you were to have to do 12 of these connections, it takes time, you have quality loss, as opposed to in one step, you do it with one 24-fiber ferrule.
I mean, your earnings showed that enterprise sales were up 106%, core sales up 13% year over year. You're forecasting second quarter core sales above estimates. How much of that has to do with AI? But you have a huge other part of the business, which is broadband. You just struck a more than $1 billion long-term deal with AT&T, I believe one of your biggest customers. So how much of that is part of the broadband?
So for us, the lion's share of the new growth is for our new products for Gen AI. There's also a product set that is now being introduced to connect all of those Gen AI data centers together. Last year, we announced that we had entered into agreement with Lumen to hold 10% of our fiber capacity for each of the next 2 years for them to do this new technology that allows them to fit 4 times as much fiber in the same space.
A lot of companies are ramping up here in the United States. You already had a huge footprint here, which you say started during Trump 1.0 and then got even bigger during the Biden administration, which was their Build America, Buy America Act, and now the current administration. But you also just went to China with a bunch of other CEOs. I believe Apple was there as well, Tim Cook, some other people. What were you doing in China, and how much is your exposure to China?
U.S. is our biggest market. China's in our top 3 markets as well. Our philosophy is we like to locate our manufacturing operations close to our customers. It leads to better innovation and more delighted customers. So in the U.S., that means in our 34 advanced manufacturing plants here, we produce 90% of the revenue that we sell in the U.S. Only 1% of what we sell in the U.S. is sourced in China. We have similar type ratios in China for our customers in China.
Bringing it back to Apple, if I may, Gorilla Glass is in many, many different handsets, not just Apple's. But you saw Lenovo, we've profiled them and their foldable phones, Samsung foldable tablets and things like that. You are how close to developing a perfect foldable glass?
Well, perfect is an interesting level. For those in the audience who don't know, Liz and I first met. She used to come to when we invented Gorilla with each new generation, and she would, rather than do the real demo, would take the product, throw it on the ground, and then proceed to jump up and down on it with her heels.
That, yes.
It made for one of the more thrilling media interactions that I had.
It didn't break even with my stiletto heels.
And it didn't even break with you trying your hardest, yes. So what we're trying to do in foldable, all those other companies that you
mentioned, a couple of years ago, there I am, jumping all over it. Oh, those were the days, 2015, when I was
That is you.
Crazy, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but the foldable glass.
Yes.
Fair to say, can I ask if Apple will be your customer? Because they are working on a foldable phone.
I never talk about Apple. However, you mentioned other customers that have announced that they're using our foldable material. We still have a ways to go to get that problem solved all the way, but we continue to make progress.
Well, we want you to come here when that really happens, because foldable glass is the next big thing. Thank you so much.
What a pleasure.